Yo, what's up, Diamond family? It's your man Vivi, and welcome back to the VVS Academy. As you guys know, I'm here every week dropping off gems, teaching you to record and mix your music better. So if that sounds good to you, stick around. Look, man, I got a really crazy video for you guys today. It's gonna be super quick, but it doesn't mean it's not full of great, valuable info. This video is all about the mistakes you're making in Pro Tools. Those beginner mistakes that even as a seasoned pro, you still start making if you're not really focused. So let's talk about them right now and get this thing going. Look, if you're still struggling to get your vocals to sit inside of the beat and balance themselves out perfectly every single time, check out my free course down below. It's all about balancing your vocals and the beat. It's gonna teach you how to do it perfectly every single time. It's super easy, takes about 15 minutes, and it's gonna change the game for you. It's completely free, so check it out down below. Let's jump into this track. I'm gonna play back the track and let you hear what we're doing wrong. All right, my bad. I should have warned you to turn your speakers down. Let's dive into the number one problem. The number one thing you're doing wrong is you're not turning the beat down. You gotta know this beat you're working with is already fully mastered. The producer's already put a limiter on it to make sure it's as loud as possible. That's why you picked it. It's because it competed out and it was better than the other beats you heard, mainly because it was louder. A lot of times that's what matters. So the producer is trying to get this beat as loud as they possibly can so it can be as attention grabbing and attractive to you as you can get it. Right? So the thing is, when the beat is fully mastered like that, there's no room left for the vocal. So you have to take some volume away from the beat in order to leave space for the vocal. Now, let me show you what most of us do wrong when we turn down the beat. We come right here to the volume and we just turn the fader down. Now, let's see this. And you'll notice that right here, the track is still clipping. Even though we turned it down 16 dB, the track is still clipping. Let's bring it back to 0 and see if there's any change. So you can see the track is reaching the same level, and it's because we haven't really turned it down. We've only turned down what we hear, the volume that we hear, but it doesn't affect how much volume is adding to the overall track, meaning there's still not space for your vocals. So this is what you do instead. Either go here to the clip gain and turn down the beat here, or do what I like to do, which is grab some type of meter. I'm using Slate Digital, so I'm going to use the meter that's here, and I'm going to use this VCC channel to actually turn the volume down. So this is just a trim plugin, essentially. You can grab the trimmer that comes within Pro Tools. The reason I do it this way is because if you get into a situation where you start to chop up the beat, you want to make sure, you have to make sure that every single chop has the same clip gain. But if you do it over here from the trimmer as a plugin, everything on the channel is going to have the same reduction in volume. So make sure that you use a trimmer rather than clip gain. But at the end of the day, do whatever you want, man. But the most efficient way is definitely to use that trimmer. So the first thing you're not doing right is you're not turning the beat down. What's next? The next thing is that you're not setting the tempo. If you look here, the tempo is just set to 120. Let's turn the click on and see if it matches. Real quick, notice the headroom we got. We're no longer clipping because we turned the track down. So let's go ahead and work on this click now. Let's set the tempo of the click. Now, why do we want to set the tempo? Well, the number one thing is so that these bars within the session will actually line up on beat with our song, right? So let's go ahead and I'm gonna show you how to set the tempo right now. All you have to do is click on the tempo and just tap T along beat. So it's somewhere in, I think, 136 to 138. But when you get close, all you have to do is move the tempo by one note at a time or one beat at a time until you see the lines actually line up with the transient. So we want this transient to land on this line. And I think we bump it up to 37. Boom, look at that, it lines up perfectly. And so if we zoom out and we bring our click back in, And then one more thing, when you want to make sure that the tempo is definitely correct through the entire track, just skip ahead to the end of the song and play it back to make sure the click is still on beat. Perfect. Now we can work a lot more efficiently. And this is going to tie into tip number 3. The last thing you're doing wrong in Pro Tools is that you're not working in grid mode. I can immediately tell how their mixing skills are if I open up their session and it's set to slip mode. If you work in slip mode, your song is just not going to sound as tight and concise as somebody who's working in grid mode. And it's because in grid mode, you're locked to the grid, so you're always on beat. When you work in slip mode, you're relative to the beat, which means that you're close to the beat, but you could be a little before it or a little after it. So if you really want that tight, produced, professional sound, you need to switch to grid mode. So what are the other benefits of grid mode? It's easy. If we want to add any drops or cuts or anything, it's super simple because everything is on beat. So let's say we just want to add a drop right here. We'll go like this and just hit backspace. Now, and you see how much smoother and how much easier that is? We don't have to flip back and forth and try to hear it and make sure it comes on. We don't have to zoom in super close. We can literally just do these things on the fly. So look, man, these are the tips I'm giving you guys week in and week out. And if you need a little bit more help, just drop me a line down below. My name is Vivi and I'm here for you. Remember, stay humble, make diamonds only. Peace.